I'm sure you wouldn't have missed Sydney Christmas if you're like some people who like to watch British or American Got Talent shows with a Diet Coke or a beer on a day off from work. Everything changed into something magical when she got on stage. You would have felt like you were in a real Disney movie together with everyone else. She won Britain's Got Talent in 2024 because she was so good. But that doesn't mean that everything that seems beautiful is gold. That certainly isn't the case with Sydney Christmas, our fairy angel from Britain's Got Talent. What does our fairy princess's story really mean? This is what Sydney Christmas did behind the scenes and off stage that Britain's Got Talent didn't tell you. Gravesend, Kent, where Sydney Christmas was born, is a town with a lot of history that is not far from the country's main city. As a child, she really wanted to be on stage and had the skills and drive to become a professional in the very competitive world of dramatic art. She did sing and record her first song when she was 4 years old. As her grandmother said, she had always sung since she was a little girl, which backed up what she said. But she used to play rugby before she wanted to be a singer. But in order to follow her dream, she set up a mission at the DB Academy of Performing Arts in the UK for young, energetic actors. She learned the ABCs of acting, singing, and dancing there, which was the official start of her acting training. This training in the performing arts helped her get ready to compete for jobs and shaped her into the artist she became. She stuck with her love over the years, and when she graduated from DB in 2014, she was eager to try her hand at professional theater. Not everyone, but some of us must have seen Sydney perform before she went on BGT and wowed us all. Once she was done with DG, Sydney tried out a few things that happened on the screen. The first time Sydney appeared on stage was in the well-known production of Lazarus at the King's Cross Theatre. She saw a jukebox show based on David Bowie's music, which was her first experience with working in the theater. After Lazarus did well, Sydney danced on big cruise ships like Royal Caribbean's Independence of the Seas and the Quantum of the Seas, which helped her become more versatile. There she could act in high-energy shows like Grease and Starlight Express. As a result, she improved her skills and got to use her range by entertaining people on cruise ships. However, this did not mean that Sydney's path was easy. In fact, she had a few issues on TV. Sydney Christmas went on stage in 2016 and 2017. An E4 reality show that followed would be actors through the hard and sometimes dramatic world of training in the performing arts. The show, which was compared to Glee and TOEIC, showed how real it is for students who want to be actors, singers, or dancers by focusing on their relationships and acts during rehearsals. Right away, Sydney's skills stood out, making her stand out from her peers. Someone even said, "Finally, someone who can sing on stage." School people were drawn to Sydney because of her strong voice and stage personality, which made her stand out on the show. Stage school gave her a stage, but it also taught her about the problems and stresses that come with working in the arts, giving Sydney an early taste of what life is really like when you're famous. After some setbacks and feeling like her job had stopped moving forward, Sydney Christmas took a risk and tried out for Britain's Got Talent in 2024. People in the crowd and the judges liked her right away after her funny introduction. She joked that her full name was Sydney Merry Christmas, but her middle name was Mary. Everyone in the room laughed out loud at this off-topic comment right away. When asked what she did for a living, Sydney said she was a receptionist at a gym. When asked what she wanted to do, she said she wanted to sing in public, which was something she hadn't done in a long time. It had been 24 years since she had sung the song Tomorrow from Annie at an audition, she said. It was the first time she had ever sung since she was a kid. She didn't look at all like her age, which shocked both the judges and the crowd. Amanda Holden said it looked like she was 24 years old, and Sydney laughed and said she was 28. Simon Cowell's face lit up when she told him she was going to sing tomorrow. It seems to have been one of the least liked songs on the list since it's hard to sing. He kind of joked about it. Tomorrow is a difficult song from the show Annie, which came out in 1977, and it is known to really test singers' nerves. But it was decided that Simon's answer would not have an effect on Sydney. This made her want to try it even more and show him how strong she was. Soon after, Sydney changed the mood of the room, and as she started her act, everyone was in awe. The show was strong and full of energy. She was able to put her heart and imagination into the song, which made a common track unique to her. Later, people would say that she was a master of language and timing. Some people even said it felt like the gospel because of how the feelings in the room got to everyone. The people who were hearing were moved to silence by the emotion that was shown. There were tears in some eyes. When she was done, the crowd and, especially, the four judges gave her a loud thank you and a standing applause. Bruno Tonioli said she was very active and that she was an artist when she danced. He also said that she could captivate everyone and make them want more. Amanda Holden and Alicia Dixon both told Sydney, "You've got it all going on," and they said that tomorrow was the best thing they had heard. Sydney looked shocked by what Amanda did next, feeling pumped up by the crowd. When Amanda hit the golden buzzer, golden confetti fell all over her because she had made it to the semifinals. Her performance not only made everyone laugh, but it also impressed Simon Cowell, who at first thought she picked the wrong song to sing. Even though he was very critical, he said that Sydney did a great job, even though he usually doesn't like the song. It was clear that Sydney was having an honest response. It was clear that she was upset as she knelt down in front of the screen on the stage. She later left the stage to loud cheers. She hugged her family off stage and enjoyed what still looked like the result of all her hard work over the years. Over the next few rounds, Sydnie Christmas won more fans' hearts, and she went on to win the 2024 competition. She sang Paul Anka's hit song My Way in the semi-finals, which showed how well she could control the music. She was very fierce and energetic when she said her lines, which showed that she was sure of herself on stage, so she could be a candidate. Everyone liked this, and she was really into it, which made her a crowd favorite. When Sydney sang I Dreamed a Dream from the movie show Les Miserables in the finals, it wowed everyone and made her the grand winner. It was clear that she loved what she was singing, and her voice was strong and deep. Both the crowd and the judges could feel how energetic she was. Every note she sang was filled with honesty and passion, which made people in the crowd cry. Her strong stage presence also made her performance stand out. Sydney especially showed off her amazing vocal skills in her live shows. She had great control over her voice and could really feel the songs and express their meaning not only through words but also through her voice. She could also switch between soft, sexual words and rough, belt-like notes, which made every song a journey within the song. Her stage body language showed that she was sure of herself and had a lot of charm, which helped her hold the audience's attention and make them feel like they were part of the story she was sharing. After singing on The Voice and making a lot of money and fans, Sydney thought it was time to put out an album. Fans' hearts were opened by her win, and on September 20th, 2024, she released her first record, My Way, which was a huge step forward in her career. People were looking forward to the album's release, and it did not let them down. Sydney's record My Way shows how long it took her to go from being an unknown talent to being the show winner. The record shows how deeply she feels and how wide her vocal range is. It didn't matter that it was her first record. The reason she was left out of the show still came up. We can all remember that as soon as she walked on stage, it was clear that she was one of a kind and could connect with the crowd. This first record goes a little deeper into the connection by giving listeners a more personal look at her musical journey. It is important to remember that Sydney chose each song on the record on her own, and she chose them all based on a different style or sound. The album's track list includes everything from American show tunes to current pop ballads. Her wide vocal range, sense of style, and amazing ability to interpret songs beautifully are all on full display. One song that got a lot of attention was Sydney's My Way, which was first sung by Frank Sinatra. With a modern touch, she made this work of art even better, and it shows how creative she is best. Tomorrow is another catchy song. It was this song that got Sydney the prize Golden Buzzer when she tried out for BGT. Such is the case with songs that are popular with Sydney. She also has a new take on this famous song from the musical Annie. She doesn't have to lose the loudness and power of her voice when she sings or talks about how she feels. This act, which was one of the best parts of her BGT performance, will stay with you forever. It's on her record and still moves people. There's also Over the Rainbow, a song that everyone who has dreams wants to hear. She has shown that Sydney can sing different songs in various ways while still making them fresh and important. Listening to Sydney as an artist is always difficult, inspiring, and varied, thanks to these tracks and the rest of the album's songs. The singer's dualities and passion are still present. My Way isn't just a bunch of songs for Sydney, it's a very personal project for her. A lot of the songs are based on her own life and experiences, which gives her shows a real depth of meaning. Every note shows how much she cares about the words, which pulls listeners into her world and makes them feel like they are going through the song with her. One thing that both reviewers and fans love most about her work is how deeply it makes them feel.